During the Graduate Together ceremony, President Obama said, quote, "More than anything, this pandemic has finally torn back the curtain on the idea that so many of the folks in charge know what they are doing. A lot of them are not even pretending to be in charge." President Trump responded by tweeting this: "The Obama administration is turning out to be one of the most corrupt and incompetent in U.S. history. Remember, he and Sleepy Joe are the reasons I am in the White House." Here to talk about this is Travis County GOP Chairman Matt Mackowiak and Glenn Smith from Progress, Texas. Thank you both for joining us.
Sure.
Glenn, how do you think President Trump has handled the coronavirus pandemic, and what do you make of his tweet this morning in response to President Obama?
Well, I think it's tragic the way Trump has handled it, and I was just thinking today that I want the economy to open up as fast as it possibly can, but one of the reasons that we're faced with this terrible choice of more deaths and disease to open the economy, the reason we're in this place is because of Trump's almost complete failure to do what needed to be done from the beginning in January and going forward. I wish it was otherwise. I wish he'd turn it around sometime in the ensuing weeks, but he has not. He's left it. It's been here in Texas, been left up to local officials and the state to try to get the right stuff done, but we're still behind. And frankly, I'm scared to death.
Matt, same question. What grade would you give President Trump and his administration's handling of the pandemic?
I think for the most part, they've done a good job. This is an extremely difficult situation. You've seen other countries around the world grappling with this challenge. It's increasingly clear that this virus came to us maybe not directly from China, but from China through Europe back to New York City and other major cities. And so, when the president took the step, I forget if it was late January, early February, to shut down foreign travel from China into the United States, that wasn't affecting the travel in from Europe. Look, they were slow, I think, in February in terms of trying to shut down the economy to move towards shelter at home. But I also think that it's not clear that the country would have done shelter at home in early or mid-February, before this did look as serious as it turned out to be. So I think as it relates to vaccine production, I think you have over 100 different companies working to produce a vaccine. On Friday, the administration announced a whole of government approach to help produce that vaccine as quickly as possible, likely by the end of the year, if they possibly can. Testing is ramping up. We're over 6 million tests around the country. It's not adequate yet, but for the most part, in most parts of the country, if you need a test, you can get one. In fact, they are now testing people who are not showing any symptoms at all. So look, now I think this is moving away from this being a healthcare story towards it being an economic story. You have devastation around the country, people losing jobs, 30 or 40 million people unemployed. We've got to get back to a new normal and reopen the economy as safely but as quickly as we can.
Glenn, why is former President Obama finally weighing in on President Trump and his ability to lead the country?
Well, I don't even think he singled out President Trump, though I think President Trump deserves much of the blame. I think he was talking about failures, kind of widespread failures across many federal agencies and some states around the country. I agree and disagree with Matt on this. First of all, I am with him on opening the economy as quickly as we can. I mean, people are suffering because they can't pay their bills, they can't afford food. I'm for getting it going. And we're in this shape because of these earlier failures. Where I disagree is there's almost 100,000 Americans who have died so far. This is still a healthcare story. It's not just an economy story. And we have to open as safely as we possibly can. If we're not successful in doing that, we will prolong the disease and the economic damage. So I hope we can do both.
Okay, we are out of time. But Glenn, Matt, thank you both for sharing your perspectives with us tonight.